Julio González. Thank you. Morning. If you all can unmute, press the unmute button, please. Should see it under.
Yes.
Okay. Who is the gentleman in the red shirt?
My name is Julio Sanchez Jr.
Julio
I
Sanchez.
am the one that rented this house from Mr. Weber
Okay.
and Abigail.
Okay. And Mr. Weber, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, sir. I'm the one in the black shirt.
Okay. 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 So where are we at? Are you all, I saw that there was an agreement that you were going to vacate by a certain date. That didn't
Yes,
happen?
sir. If I may, Your Honor, I'll give you
Sure.
a little background.
Sure.
Okay, the tenant abandoned the property and left it dirty.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can I stop you? Can I stop you just for 1 second?
Yes, sir.
If you'd each raise your right hand.
Okay.
Mr. Sanchez, if you can raise your right hand.
Yes, sir.
You swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Weber, go ahead.
Okay, I'm just going to give you a little background, sir. That the
Okay.
tenant, Mr. Sanchez, abandoned the property and left it dirty and unsecure on November the 10th, 7 days after I filed the eviction petition, which was on November the 2nd. I begged the court for a judgment of $2,400 at this time, which will be $800 for October and $1,600 for November. And I will not need a writ of possession because Mr. Sanchez voluntarily moved out of the property after I had filed the petition, the eviction petition.
Okay. Mr. Sanchez, anything you'd like to state?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'd like to correct this gentleman, Mr. Weber. I moved out of that house on the 6th. I had to move because the pressure was so much by the tenants. I don't blame them sometimes, but the pressure was so high. My wife was real sick and she was feeling real bad. She's in for a very dangerous heart condition. She needs surgery. We cannot do it because of the pandemic situation. And I did not want her to put her under the stress. So we moved out on the 6th of the month. We had agreed that upon me paying October $800 and me forgiving a debt that they had with me for a water leakage, I could pay until October the 22nd. Okay. So I stayed from there to November the 6th. And that's the honest truth. But I could not take it anymore. My wife was real nervous. And I said, they might as well just take it off the deposit. Whatever they need to clean the house, if it's costing $300, $400, $500, $600, I don't know how much it cost them. I'll be glad to get out of there and just go with our lives, move to another house, and live a new life. I don't want any trouble with nobody, but I do demand that, not demand, I mean, I hear demand nothing. I'm sorry. I do demand that the pressure was too high. The notes were too high. I was under a lot of pressure. Dealing with my family, my problem with my wife, and dealing with the circumstances, raising up another $3,800 to move into a new house, into another house, another rental house, which I did. And all I want, sir, is, with all my respect to you, first of all, is to be able to not owe this gentleman any money. He can take it out the deposit. If I can recall, I gave him $1,200 deposit plus another $1,200. That was the condition for me to stay over the first year lease. Okay, because it was,
That's another 1,200.
that's another for deposit, extra deposit.
May I interject, sir?
Go ahead.
Just a second.
Uh,
Just a minute. Mr. Sanchez, I mean, you have a $2,400 deposit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Weber? Go ahead.
What is that? Okay. No, sir, the deposit is, security deposit he has is $1,600. That's it. 1,500 security deposit and $100 pet deposit. That's what we have. That's a deposit, sir.
No, sir.
I have it in writing. But the security deposit at this point, sir, I don't see how that enters into this petition, because all we're asking, yes, we had agreed he was going to pay $800 for October if he moved out on the 22nd, which he refused to move out. We were there on the 22nd for him to move out. And after he had paid the $800, I have it in writing, I think you have a copy of that he agreed to pay $800. The landlord agreed to accept the $800 instead of the $1,600 for October, as long as he gave possession on October the 22nd at 4 p.m. On October 22nd, I sent my inspector to the property and Mr. Sanchez refused to move out. So then that's when I filed for the eviction.
Let me talk about Mr. Weber. You say that he gave possession November 10th, and Mr. Sanchez, you say he gave possession November 6th.
Yes.
Did you turn over the keys on November 6th?
No, sir.
No, sir, he just abandoned the property. He just left.
That's
So
true.
whether he left the 7th or whatever, I was there on the 10th, and he just property was.
Mr. Sanchez, did you notify him that you left the premises?
I wrote him an email. Yes, sir.
You
No,
gave
sir,
I
him
he
wrote
an
him
didn't.
an email. I got
Yeah,
it.
he did. He did
I think
afterwards.
it's on your exhibits that I sent you, sir.
Okay, what's the date of the email? And what does it say?
Oh, it's about let me see. Let's see. I
Robert,
tried to
email?
get out of that. I'm sorry. Let me find it here, sir.
Mr. Weber, did you get the email?
Yes, I did.
Everything
But that
is here.
was after he moved out. He told me that he had moved out on the 7th.
He told you he moved out on the 7th?
Yes, sir.
Now, I tried.
Give me my phone.
Okay. He told you that on the 7th, that he moved out on the 7th? Is that correct? Mr. Weber?
Let me see. Yes, sir.
Does anybody have the email?
I have it right here.
What's the date of the email?
This email is on November the 7th. He says, Max, just to let you know that I left the property, was getting it cleaned and making it ready for delivery, but I can't stand your ways of handling this situation.
Okay,
Um,
November 7th
So-
is moved out.
But
And you were aware.
then
You
I
were
was
aware.
there on the 10th for inspection, and the property was vacant, it was unsecured, it was dirty, and he never bothered to turn the keys over to me or give me possession physically. This email just told me that he had left, and that's when I did my inspection on the 10th.
Okay, well, you could have done the inspection on the 7th.
Well, either way, it's still after holdover after he was supposed to move.
Right, no, I realize that, but I'm saying you could have had possession of it on the 7th. You just chose to do it on the 10th.
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, well, you can't stay back and say, I didn't check it until the 30th of the month, so now he's responsible to the 30th, you know? If you're aware that he's out, then that's the day that he's surrendering possession. So I'm going to calculate the rent through November 7th. I'm going to give the monthly rent is $1,600. I'm going to give the $800 for the remainder of October. And then we have 7 days in November.
That's fine. The only reason, Your Honor, is that I calculated the $1,600 because on the lease, it says that there's no proration regardless of the day you move out on the month. But I'll accept what you say on for the prorated rent.
Okay, the amount of rent I get is $1,168.22. The amount of rent is $1,168.22. The monthly rent is $1,600, correct?
That's correct.
And the cost of $146. Any questions from either side?
Okay. Well, I have just a few. I'm not gonna. I apologize for the time I'm taking to this situation, and I don't want to cause any problems to nobody. But just want to clear one thing, sir, Your Honor, that they owe me $1,000 of repairs.
Of what?
Of repairs to the house. There was a leak, and I spent over $1,100, which I told, and it's on the exhibits. I told Mr. Weber about it, and he said that he was not going to deal with it. It was too late. And so at the end, that October payment, they said, give us $800. And I said, for till the 16th of the month. And I said, okay. And just $800. And then the $1,000 will, I said it myself. I'll forgive the $1,100, which I paid to the electric company, okay? Now, that was from there, from the 22nd to the 6th, to the 7th, let's say to the 7th or 8th, whatever he wants to, whatever, 7th, right? To the 7th, I'd like to be charged for that rent. And I would like to also, my deposit, sir, and which is very important. And one other thing I want to say. Go ahead, sir. One other thing, little last thing I want to say. I did not want to put these people under so much stress. I know it was stressful for them, but we were dealing with a pandemic. There was no homes for rent around. It was very scarce to find one. I got two students at New Mexico State, and they're doing real good. So we needed to be in this part of town. I could not find a place to rent for them. It was with my wife sick. I kept looking for houses. I was knocking on doors practically, and I couldn't find nothing. And I finally found the house just when I moved. But I wanted to move out of there before. I didn't want to cause nobody any problems. And me leaving the house dirty, that's not me, but it happened. I was under so much pressure, and I had to do it. I just left, and I said, they can take whatever they spend on the cleaning of the house. I don't know, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600. Take out my deposit, and also remember, at the beginning of the year, I paid. They asked for more deposit for me to stay more time, and I did because I couldn't move because of my wife's condition.
Mr. Sanchez? Here.
Yes, sir.
The issues of the deposit, the repairs and so forth, that's outside the scope of an FED. An FED is merely for possession and recovery of rent.
Okay.
You had an agreement, and I'll bring it up on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Why isn't this coming up? 1 second. This is the agreement that you had, and it said Is this to confirm that I just paid $800 cash at the end of October 2020, and I will give possession of the property on 7336?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That wasn't done. That wasn't complied with.
I could not find the place, Your Honor. I tried.
I'm not asking for discussion. I'm just telling you my reasoning.
Yes, sir. No, that's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
So the agreement, for whatever reason, was not complied with. So you can't
Yes.
have it both ways. You can't take advantage of the agreement and not
No,
comply.
no, no.
You know, so you can't
I
have it both.
understand.
So the rent is $1,600. You paid $800. The rent of $800 due for rent for November, and then 7 days of November, which is confirmed by your email. So
Okay.
if you have a suit, if you claim that Mr. Weber owes you money, you can bring a separate suit. There's nothing stopping you from pursuing that. But that's not something should be addressed in this suit. Okay.
Very well.
Okay. We will send. Do we have both of your all's emails?
Yes, sir.
I think you mind. So how much you owe now, sir? And how can I pay for it?
The amount is
Oh,
$1,068.22 plus the court cost. And you'll
1,000 what, sir?
do we have your email?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will email you a copy of this judgment. It will be listed on there. That way you can get it in writing.
Okay. All
Yes.
right.
Okay, it's $1,168.22 plus court cost of $146. Okay.
Appreciate that. sir.
146.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay,
sounds great, Coach. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you.